Coming up tonight on Murrow News 8, we have you covered for this weekend's dad invasion.
Most important is just having, being able to spend time with my son.
Plus, another form of recreation is coming to the Palouse.
And jump your way back to the playground. Those stories and more tonight on Murrow News 8.
From Studio B on the campus of Washington State University, this is Pullman's only nightly newscast. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Julia Rogoshkina.
And I'm Kaylin Kindle. Thanks for joining us tonight.
It's finally here, Dad's Weekend, and they're floating into Pullman and onto campus to check up on their sons and daughters. Our very own Wing Chun Chui went out to see what these cougar dads love about the Palouse.
That's right, Julia. I walked around campus today and asked some students and dads about their favorite Dad's Weekend memory, also their expectations for this Dad's Weekend. Let's take a look.
Yeah, he's going to be here today, actually. He's going to come here today.
Yeah, he's coming today at 2 p.m.
Yeah, my dad and my mom are coming.
I love when my dad comes and he likes to relive his glory days and go to his fraternity and get down.
What's yours?
Well, I'm just looking forward to my dad coming because he always gets super into the games, and so just having that fun atmosphere and going out to dinner and just spending a weekend with him.
This is my 4th year at Dad's Weekend, and every memory's different, but the most important is just having, being able to spend time with my son here. He loves it, and being with the other dads and the kids. It's just a good time, and of course the football games, and go Cougs.
My last year, my favorite memory was watching the game with him, watching the football game with him, and then we went out to breakfast the next day. And that was a lot of fun to see him.
Probably just walking across campus with my dogs and showing him everything and showing him the engineering building.
My favorite memory was my sophomore year when it was really freezing cold outside, and we went to the game and we were really bundled up, and then we went home and had hot chocolate.
The favorite one here was when my oldest son was here. On Friday night, I actually cooked 18 ribeye steaks for a group of dads that were all here, and went through several cases of beer too.
Wow, this year he should make 19 so I can join the party. Well, Julia and Kilinda will have more on Dad's Weekend event. Back to you, Julia and Kilinda.
Thanks, Wynn. Well, there's lots of things to do for Dad's Weekend. After the newscast, I'll head over to the Bell Tower Event Center with my dad for Sigma Delta's annual Brew Fest. There will be live music, a catered buffet, beer tasting, and a silent auction. Tickets are available at the door, but you must be 21 or older to attend the event. And later tonight, to get some comic relief with your pops, Gabriel Iglesias, also known as Fluffy, will be at Beasley Coliseum at 7:30 p.m.
Don't miss Pumpkin God Splatter outside of Webster at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. The annual Pumpkin Drop will be hosted by the WSU Physics Department. Get there before the drop for the science experiments from the Physics, Geology, and Astronomy departments at 9 a.m. Then cheer on the Cook football team with your dad to battle Arizona State at 12:30 p.m. at Martin Stadium. Daggy Hall will be opening their doors at 8 o'clock both nights for Nut House Improv Comedy. Maybe even get your dad up on stage.
And the Palouse is well known for its wide variety of recreational activities. Murrow News 8's Curtis Calhoun has a scoop on the latest addition to the area.
In the small town of Palouse, Washington, there is a major construction project underway. A few residents of the town have organized the Palouse Skate Park Project, a plan for a new skate park on Whitman Street, along with a plateau garden space called the Tony Kettle Skate Gardens. The lower part of the park will consist of skating bowls and ramps, along with an amphitheater, picnic area, and an art wall. Aaron Flansburgh, Connie Newman, and Carrie Watkins began raising money for the project 13 years ago, but the project stalled until 2011. Fundraising events such as the Haunted Palouse Halloween fundraiser have made a huge impact in the project. Flansburgh says the Palouse community has been essential in the construction of the skate park and gardens.
It's been a little this and a little that, but all the funding has come from private sources, from our own grassroots fundraising efforts, from private donations from companies, and so it's all been money raised right here in Palouse.
The Palouse Skate Park Project Board has relied on private donations as well as help in construction from the Palouse community. Watkins says the project has taken a full team effort to complete.
Having our volunteers out there helping us, put the concrete in and that sort of stuff, pour concrete, and we're out smoothing it and that sort of thing. So it's been a very much a team process for a lot of people in the community.
Now, members of the Palouse Skate Park Project Board predict the project will be completed by June 2016. Reporting from Murrow News 8, I'm Curtis Calhoun.
A new WSU program will assist 85 low-income students per semester by helping them save money for college. The tentative name of the program, Invest in Success, is designed to help students who are already working during the school year to educate them in finance, set up savings, and even match and accept funds that students contribute to their personal savings accounts. Almost all construction projects have reached completion in 2015, and a new set of major capital projects on campus are underway. The next major project set in place is the student-initiated New Old Bookie, which is slated for completion in January 2017.
A furry feline friend in Washington has been found with rabies for the first time since 2002. Jefferson County public health officials say test results show that a 2-year-old female cat from the Chimacum area contracted the disease, most likely from a bat, but the cat has now been euthanized. And Russian President Vladimir Putin suspended all flights from Russia to Egypt today. The suspension is coming after a plane crash that killed 224 people over the Sinai Peninsula. According to Russian Tour Operators Association, Egypt is one of the most popular tourist destinations for Russia, with more than 25 flights a day traveling from Egypt to Russia.
After 7 years of federal review, the Keystone XL oil pipeline has been rejected. President Barack Obama says he's rejecting the proposal because it wouldn't serve U.S. national interest and would have undercut Americans' global leadership on climate change. President Obama says building the pipeline from Canada to Texas would not lower U.S. gas prices, contribute to long-term jobs, or make the U.S. less dependent on foreign energy. This morning, 6 people were killed after a charter bus hit an overpass on Interstate 40 in Arkansas. The bus was traveling westbound in North Little Rock when it crashed right before 1 a.m. 6 passengers were also injured and treated at local hospitals. They have not been released. Light rain was falling at the time of the accident, and authorities say it will be further investigated by National Transportation and Safety Board.
And the Washington Restaurant Association announced yesterday is now pushing for a statewide minimum wage increase. The association says a statewide hike of minimum wage is a better approach than a checkerboard of local wage laws. Voters in Tacoma decided this week to raise the city's minimum wage to $12. The Seattle City Council moved forward a $15 minimum wage in 2014. And officials from an Oregon electrical utility company says indoor growing operations for legal marijuana businesses are causing problems for a state's electrical grid. Pacific Power says Wednesday that the growing process has been taking grids above capacity, causing outages and equipment damage. To curb the problem, the city's utility companies are asking marijuana growers to talk to power providers before starting home or commercial operations.
Doing flips is hard enough, but try jumping it while jump roping. Doing it while jump roping. Our reporter Bethany Bloomer will fill you in.
Perfectly in sync, Washington State students 21-year-old Sarah on the right and 19-year-old Julia on the left have a lot more in common than just their love of jump roping. They're sisters and have been jumping together for more than 13 years.
Jump rope is what I love to do. It's my passion, but it's also 10 times greater getting to share with my sister.
They can do it all, from twists and turns, tucks and triple unders. They even do more advanced moves like aerials and roundoffs. They've traveled all over the world to places like South Africa, Hong Kong, Belgium, and Paris. And that's just the beginning.
So this summer I'm going to Portugal for our World Jump Rope competition. It's where teams from all over the world come and compete against each other. So I'm really excited for that.
I'm here at the Pullman Recreation Center, where just inside these doors, Julia and Sarah are teaching kids from 1st grade to 5th grade how to jump rope. They don't just compete, they coach.
That looks really good. Okay, I want you to hold your handle.
Every Monday afternoon, kids come to learn how to jump rope and to master more tricks. Sarah says why she loves coaching.
That, little kids at this age, they're so cute when they get excited and they learn a new trick, so I think that that's really rewarding. Like, working with children is always really rewarding, but especially when you're like teaching them something that you loved.
The kids even wanted to show off a few of their moves for me.
Take a little leg wrap.
They teach them basic jumping techniques, crossovers, and double dutch. Some kids don't even need a rope to jump around. The sisters say how rewarding it is to see the kids progress from week to week. For Murrow News 8, I'm Bethany Bloomer.
Coming up after the break, a tornado has hit Fort Worth.
And Kevin Fisher will tell us the weather.
Good one, son. Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing. Wow!
I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark. That was awesome! Let's go again. 3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I've just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
And going through cancer treatments can be a tough experience. It's even tougher when a patient has to worry about how they'll get to the doctor's office. Now, the American Cancer Society hopes a new program will make things a little bit easier. In today's Health Minute, we look at how it works.
Early on a Wednesday morning, and Darlene and Margie are headed to the doctor. They laugh like old friends, but the two only recently met after Darlene got the bad news. After being diagnosed with breast cancer in 2000 and undergoing treatment successfully, she got a phone call.
They discovered that the cancer had come back.
But since her first diagnosis, Darlene's eyesight has begun to falter, and her doctors have advised her not to drive anymore. That's where Margie comes in. She volunteers as a driver for the American Cancer Society's program Road to Victory, pairing volunteers with cancer patients who need help getting to their treatments.
For a cancer patient to get the optimum effectiveness out of their treatment, that treatment needs to occur in a certain sequence and at a certain frequency.
According to the American Cancer Society, every day thousands of cancer patients across the country need rides to their appointments. So the organization is constantly looking for people who can offer assistance, even if they only have a little time to give.
Just knowing that the transportation assistance is there for me, it's invaluable.
Rex Carlin, Murrow News 8.
A tornado ripped through Fort Worth, Texas yesterday, causing thousands of dollars of damage. This incredible video of a roof being ripped off and discarded was shot by a motorist on his commute home from work. Meanwhile, all across town, twisted and wrecked debris was deposited in foreign locations. Fortunately, the majority of people were able to avoid the tornado's path and avoid injury.
Wow, that footage is crazy. Glad we don't have to worry about tornadoes here in Pullman.
Me too, but we do have snowy winters. Kevin, what does our weekend look like for all the dads in town?
Well, no tornadoes and unfortunately no snow for us either. But that's okay with all the dads in town. That gives them an opportunity to winterize your car and put on those stud tires for you. Let's take a look at the weather today. We only got to 45 today. It's a crispy 36 degrees outside right now. Slightly lower than average today, but that's okay. It's basically what you expect in Pullman in November. Taking a look at tomorrow, it's going to be cloudy all day through the game, but that's okay because, hey, we are the Crimson and Gray, so it's little overcast skies for us, huh? If you go ahead and take a look at the state map for today, over on the west side there, it was basically kind of showery, a little bit of rain all over the place, but they were in the high 50s on that one. Central Washington, Wenatchee and Yakima had clear skies. They were a little bit warmer. And then over in our corner of the map, it's same weather for Spokane and Polkan. I can't even talk. Spokane and Pullman at the same time on that one there. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Now, we got showers on Sunday, and they'll continue on through Monday, but that's all right because, you know, we need that a little bit. Tuesday and Wednesday are nice and clear for us. Thursday, we get a little bit of the clouds coming in, but that's all right. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-40s all weekend. All right, that's all the weather report that I have for you today. When we come back after the break, hear the always jocular Coach Mike Leach talk about our matchup with Arizona State.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Dad's home!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Don't worry, the 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Welcome back. I'm Evan Barron with the latest in sports. The streak continues for the WSU women's soccer team. Last night, the Cougars got the job done in Seattle by knocking off rival UW by a score of 3-1. The Cougars are led by goal scorers Caitlin Johnson, Kyra Wagner, and Kelsey Crenshaw. The Cougars are now on a 3-game winning streak and are waiting for an invite to the NCAA women's soccer tournament. The WSU football team hopes to bounce back this weekend. The 5-3 Cougars host the 4-4 Arizona Sun Devils tomorrow. Kickoff is set for 12:30 p.m. and will be broadcasted on Fox Sports 1. Head coach Mike Leach and the boys are ready to go to war with the Sun Devils.
Plenty on the table there that we could have capitalized on and we could have been better at. And that's where our focus has to be, is really improvement.
We want to ignore all the outside noise because, you know, there's no moral victories here. You know, a loss is a loss.
You know, as long as we play our rules and do what our coaches ask us to do, I feel like we'll be able to stop them.
When recapping the Mariners offseason, the term low-key does not come to mind. Last night, Mariners general manager Jerry DiPoto completed a 6-player trade with the Tampa Bay Rays. The Mariners acquired right-handed pitcher Nate Carnes, outfielder Boog Powell, and left-handed reliever C.J. Rittenhauser in exchange for utility players Brad Miller, first baseman Logan Morrison, and reliever Danny Farquhar. That's all the sports I have for you tonight. Coming up after the break, Kale Lafferty will have all the entertainment news.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Dad's home.
Yeah. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Ready or not, here I come.
Take time to be a dad today.
We finally bought a place.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
So at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save. How is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
This was a big week for entertainment with some long-anticipated movie releases and the CMAs. Let's get rolling. Country music's biggest night brought plenty of awards, performances, gossip, and a little WSU twist to the action. At the CMAs this week, dark horse musician Chris Stapleton swept the show with 3 for 3 awards, which is more than any other artist won. This is his first breakout year in country music nationally, but he has been known in Nashville for years and wrote songs for major names in music like Adele, Luke Bryan, and George Strait. Little Big Town had a memorable performance of their song Girl Crush, which also won Single of the Year and Song of the Year. A new couple is making waves in the music scene. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani confirmed that they are dating, which I'm sure caused some tension at the CMAs because Shelton's recent ex-wife Miranda Lambert sat just 10 seats away. She probably wasn't bothered too much because Lambert won Female Vocalist of the Year for the 6th time in a row. And as for WSU, our very own Butch T. Cougar made an appearance at the CMAs. He was there along with many other NCAA mascots as part of Brad Paisley's performance. Last night, David Beckham arrived in Nepal to play in his second of 7 charity games around the world. This charity will help raise money for children through UNICEF. David painted a part of his face bright red in honor of his host country. He live streamed their welcome on the app My Eye, which he will be using to document his journey for the next couple of weeks. $2 million. That's how much the Kardashians spent on their mom, Kris Jenner's 60th birthday party. The Kardashians typically go big when throwing birthday parties, but this one definitely takes the cake. A giant soundstage in West Hollywood has been rented out for this event, which will be filled with 300 people, all in Great Gatsby attire, along with some surprise guest performances. For all of you Bond fans, the time is now.
Organization. Do you know what it's called?
Spectre opens today after long anticipation from fans. This is the 24th Bond movie in a run of more than 50 years. Spectre is the most expensive Bond movie to date with a rumored budget of more than $250 million. Wah, 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 wah. Translation for all you Charlie Brown fans, the wait is over. The story centered around who else but Charlie Brown. It also features all of the classic characters like Lucy, Woodstock, and fan favorite Snoopy. Critics are saying it is charming and is sure to entertain old and new fans of the classic. That's all the headlines I have for you tonight. Coming up after the break, learn how spaghetti is not the only type of noodle in Italy.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
No more pencils, no more books.
No more teachers, dirty looks. School's out for summer.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org because great things happen when we live united.
Ballerina.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
Apparently, not all jackpots that are won can be taken. In Washington, a woman won an $8 million jackpot when casino employees told her that due to the machine malfunction, there is no prize for her to take. Veronica Castillo is getting an attorney to get her prize money. She says she feels cheated and disappointed.
And in Italy, sailors rescued a 3-month-old Labrador retriever named Noodle. Jeannie Mose has the details.
This is the story of a Labrador retriever retrieved from the sea that happened off the coast of Italy. 6 sailors from the Savoia Yacht Club were sailing the Gulf of Naples with no other vessels in sight when something made a beeline for their boat.
We thought we are crazy. Something is this dog is coming from sky. It's impossible.
Lino Grosso shot the rescue. The dog was a 3-month-old named Noodle. Though his rescuers gave him another name.
We called the dog Mose.
Moses, best known for parting the sea. The part Noodle's rescuers didn't know was that the pup had been riding a hydrofoil ferry like this with his brand new owner when he slipped his leash and fell into the sea. The owner tried to get the ferry to stop to go back and look for the pup, but crew members refused, saying the dog would already have drowned. But half an hour or more later, Noodle was still dog paddling for dear life.
Bravo! Bravo!
He was trembling and crying as he was cuddled and rubbed and covered with a jacket. Back on land, he was handed over to his new family. There was anger at the ferry crew.
Really wrong thing because the dog was alive and he didn't try to find him.
Now you can find him everywhere.
Noodles, accompagna, eccoli qua.
He's the toast of Italy, appearing in the arms of his owner. Noodle may have survived a great struggle with the sea, but 2 minutes of TV fame left him looking, well, like a wet noodle. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Look at that little sailor. Well, I'm really glad that he's safe. Well, in Hayden, Idaho, a man decides to show his true Christmas spirit despite any threats he has received. Jeremy Morris plans to host his 2nd annual Christmas light show to raise money for charity. However, Homeowners Association told Morris that this would violate the right of those non-Christian residents in the neighborhood. Although there are oppositions to what Morris wants to do, complete strangers stepped up to support him, claiming that this violates the Constitution.
Now that we're in November, holiday shopping is on the brain. Walmart is beating the punch to all the other retail stores by offering holiday deals earlier than the rest. The company has started 10 online specials a day that will last for the rest of the holiday season. The company recently opened up their 90-day rollback, and sale items including video games, electronics, and toys are for sale. And seniors that celebrate graduation in May have a few new ways to do so. Port of Seattle officials say that Spirit Airlines will begin operating out of SeaTac Airport and will offer 2 flights a day to Las Vegas and LA. The airline offers some fares starting at a mere $9, so if you keep that in mind, class of 2016.
That's all the news we have for you today.
Join us every night at 7 and 10 o'clock, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.